Hi, I'm Peter from the Tinker Dev team. In this tutorial, I will be showing you how I created my very own crazy contraption using the Tinker Physics engine. Here's a sample of what it will look like. Awesome! Now let's get started. First off, it might be a good idea to design how you want your contraption to work. For me, I know I want a ball to be rolling around, some dominoes set up, a launching pad to launch an actor through the air, and a portal to take an actor from one part of the screen to another. Once you know what components you want and how it looks, we can go ahead and get started. You're going to want to open up a new physics template project. This will have some of the blocks that you might need. Since we'll be using some platformer functionality, I am going to go ahead and add that in. To do that, head on over to the left-hand side to the categories in the code palette and click on More, and at the top, click on the Game Kits tab and then click Platformer. Now delete any actors you don't need. I'm going to keep this bowling ball actor. Also feel free to change the background to whatever you want. For those of you who are creating a completely new project, you will want the Start Physics block. This block will allow actors to interact with each other using physics. Now we'll start adding in the ramp. Once you have the actor that you want, you'll notice that on start, it will fall down. That's the default behavior. We can make it stay in one place by changing the static variable to true. Get the set static block and attach it under the onStart block. Then change the parameter in the set static block to true. Now you will see the behavior that you want. Now that you have the code that you want in the ramp actor, you can just go ahead and duplicate it and set it up however you like. Don't forget to rename the ramp actors so that it's easier to keep track of. When you're testing the ball, you might notice that it's falling down pretty slowly. So you can just change the gravity. To do that, I'm going to head over to the stage and drag out the Set Gravity To block. There will be two parameters, the X and the Y parameter. The second parameter is the Y parameter. If we make that parameter larger, then it will fall faster. Setting up the dominoes is pretty easy. Since by default its static value is set to false, it can easily be knocked over. Now I'm going to make an actor fly through the air. At the end of this domino chain, I'm going to add a ball and a platform so that when the ball falls on one side of it, it will propel another actor on the other side of the platform through the air. You might also need the Set Shape To block. Depending on what parameter you have, circular or rectangular, it will set an invisible outline around your actor. So if it's circular, there will be an invisible circle around your actor. Since the bowling ball already has this code, I'm just going to go ahead and copy it over into the blue ball's actor. Another block you will need is the Set Density To block. This will set the density of an actor. The more density an actor has, the more easy it can knock another actor over. Once I have the density that I want in the blue ball actor, I'm going to set the density of the domino actor so that it's in between the density of the bowling ball and the blue ball. To do that, drag the on start block out and drag the set density block under it. Change the parameter to whatever you want. Once you have the code in one of the dominoes, you can just drag that block into the other domino actors to copy the code over. Next, I'm going to add tiles under my stone platform. To do that, head on over to the level editor and click on the tiles brush and choose whatever tiles you like. These tiles will always be static, so I'll add it under my stone platform. Next, I'm going to add an actor here that will look like a light bulb of sorts, so that when the bird touches it, it will turn on. To do that, you have your actors with on and off costumes. The code for switching the light actor's costume is pretty simple. Under the on start block, you will have a switch to costume, and the costume will be the off costume. You will also need a when occurs event block. The condition will be touching and then whatever actor is flying through the air. And under the when occurs block, you will add a switch to costume block, and the parameter will be the on costume. If you don't want your light actor to block the ball like I do, you might want to use the set active block. By default, this block is set to true, but if it's set to false, then it won't collide with any of the actors. The platformer has a really cool block called the Set Camera to Me block. Basically, it will set the camera to focus on an actor as it's moving around. To start, I want the camera to be in the current view, and when the blue ball drops off screen, I want the camera to follow wherever it goes. First, I want the camera to be set on the light switch actor, so I am going to set the Set Camera to Me block under the On Start block. Now, when the bird touches the light switch actor, I want the camera to be then set to the blue ball. So under the Touching Bird When Occurs block, I am going to add a Send Message block, and the message will be camera, and I am going to send that message to blue ball. To avoid switching the camera immediately, add a wait block before the Send Message block, and make sure you send the message after you have done everything you want. Then under the blue ball's code, I am going to drag out a When I Receive block, and when I receive a camera message, then I am going to drag out the Set Camera to Me block right under the When I Receive block. First off, I am going to add some more tiles to catch the ball as it's falling down. I will make it a zigzag, so at the end of the zigzag there will be a hole, and at the end of the hole there's going to be a portal that will transfer the ball somewhere else. To add an actor in the level editor, you can select this leaf icon, and from there you could select one of the categories and find an actor you're looking for. Once you have your portal actor, head on over to the code view and select your blue ball actor. Inside the blue ball actor, you will want the When Occurs block, and the condition will be the touching block. Inside this block, it will be the portal actor. Now, grab the Go To block and drag it under the When Occurs block. To find out the coordinates where you want your ball to go, you can look at the bottom right-hand side of the screen here. Use those coordinates to set the X and the Y value of the go-to block. Once you have that, you can just repeat the steps from before to launch an actor through the air. You may need to reposition the coordinates or the actor's positions to get it to how you want it to work. I want to cause the second bird to make something else happen as it's flying through the air. So I will add a bell. When the bird touches the bell, I want it to play a sound and move back and forth. Don't forget to make your actor static variable true. So like the light actor, I'm going to add a when occurs block with the touching condition being the second bird actor. And then I'm going to add in a play sound block and choose a sound. Before we code the rotate functionality, you might notice that the camera is still on the blue ball as it's falling to the ground. So we can do the same as before, and when the blue ball touches the platform, we'll switch the camera over to the bell. Since the camera will still be focused on the blue ball, I'm just going to go ahead and copy that code from the blue ball actor into this actor. Then the code for the blue ball is that when it touches the second platform, then it will send a message camera to the bell. To make the bell move, I will create a function called rotate with the parameters repeat and angle. Add the repeat block under this new function and the turn clockwise block. Add the repeat variable in the parameter of the repeat block and the angle variable in the parameter of the turn block. Don't forget to add a weight so you could actually see it move. Before the bell moves, I want it to point at 45 degrees. To change the angle, you can use the set angle to block. Since there are 3 chimes, I am going to add a repeat loop of 3. Now drag in 2 rotate function blocks, one to turn clockwise and the other to turn counterclockwise. Set the values of the repeat and angle parameters. The only difference between these two rotate functions is that the angle parameter will be negative in one of them to go counterclockwise. And we're done. Now that you have a working contraption, feel free to expand or replace anything you like. You can add more sounds, add more actors, whatever you can imagine. Thank you for following along, and I hope you had fun creating your very own contraption.